First into the tank is an outside-the-box solution for saving homes from devastating wildfires.
No, they from California.
Hi, Sharks. My name is Mikey Pearson, former mayor of Malibu, California.
Told you.
And I'm Holden Forrest, founder and CEO of Hibertec Homes. We are seeking $1 million in exchange for 8% equity ownership in our company.
Sharks, in California, thousands of homes burn down every year due to wildfires. I was mayor dealing with the devastating Woolsey fire, and it burned down over 14,000 homes in my local area.
Wow. Yeah. And just this year, over 16,000 homes were completely destroyed in Southern California alone.
I've seen firsthand the devastation these wildfires can do. Even with professional firefighters and other preventative measures, wildfires are inevitable and they're only getting worse.
But what if I told you that we can make your house disappear, literally disappear, so that it can't be harmed ever again? I know this sounds like a magic trick.
It sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Talk to me. But it's not. The trick here and the magic is really in our breakthrough engineering. Introducing Hibertec, the world's first ever truly 100% wildfire-proof home. Hibertec's revolutionary technology automatically lowers entire structures underground when wildfire threats arise.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Before hydraulically lowering underground, the house's utility lines disconnect safely and compliantly via our patented mechanisms.
A fire retardant system sprays the immediate area surrounding the home as it descends, while a protective ceiling cover auto-deploys to safely seal the vault's enclosure.
Wow. After the danger passes, Hibertec resurfaces the home to ground level. This entire process takes 15 minutes or less using an app on any smartphone.
Our exclusive technology makes Hibertec both practical and affordable in wildfires and in tornadoes also.
Wow. We're ready to save homes and lives, transform global construction, and to help solve the disastrous insurance situation in high-risk areas.
So Sharks, who's ready to build a future where homes protect themselves?
Wow.
Very interesting.
And we are back with another Shark Tank reaction video. I am your host, Dave, a 10-plus year intellectual property attorney, dealing with everything from copyrights, trade secrets, trademarks, and you heard the magic word, patents. Now, I'm actually excited because this is season 17, episode 17, and typically they will stop at episode 17, but I think they may be going to 20 because I didn't see a season finale or anything like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go all the way to 20 episodes, which is good here. But with regard to kind of the particular pitch, and I think this is an interesting one, I'm not sure if it's on more so the government or the actual homeowner, because I know a little bit about, I guess, the state of California, and it seems like, man, to pull a permit to do anything in California can be tough to the extent that you already had your house wiped out by a by fires. Then it seems like, from what I understand, it's tough for the homeowners to get the permits necessary to kind of rebuild their homes. So just trying to think through and see whether or not the state of California, for example, will allow the permit pulling process to actually build this kind of structure that essentially stows and deploys your home, depending on what's going on. I'm not sure how I feel about that. The technology itself seems to be game changing, but I guess, again, my overall concern is whether or not the municipality or the government, the state of California, for example, will allow this, or at least make it easier to do something like this, which is, like I said, that's one of the big things. And then I guess the second one is it things that the state can do to mitigate fires, or to at least be able to contain them that they're not already doing? I don't know. That's another question that I have. Let me know in the comment section to the extent that you have experience in this field. But when I'm doing these reaction videos, it's three things that I look for plus a bonus. How simple is it? Again, at least for the consumer, this seems to be pretty straightforward. He said, hey, you use an app and it kind of go through this back and forth state within 15 minutes, which seemed to be pretty interesting. Pretty simple. How effective is it? Now, I'm not sure if any kind of place has a home that's built with this technology. So we'll just kind of see how that happens, or kind of what they say about that. And a lot of times with the effectiveness of the product, you can ascertain that by way of the sales. Now, they have a $12.5 million valuation on their technology or their business, which seems to be kind of on the low end compared to what they're doing. But we'll see if others have, if they made some money with this technology. And then the last one, what's the market? I don't know of anything that kind of has this technology that obviously goes back and forth or allows your home to be stored and then deployed. So it seems like they're kind of maybe in a league of their own, which is a good thing, which leads me to the fourth. And the bonus thing that I look for is the intellectual property. Now, they do have a trademark on Hibertec Homes. So shouts out to them for that. And then obviously they talked about patents and having a patented technology. So that's good. They're protecting their IP. They're creating this moat, which helps out when you're talking about investors investing within a company. Let's see if all that is enough to get them a deal on Shark Tank. Seems like this may be a little bit too grand for the Sharks, but we'll see here. And as I'm pulling this back up, man, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. Let's go.
Interesting.
So the fire starts, I'm in the home, I get out like a remote and say down, seals me up, and that's where they find me later.
Nobody rides our home underground. Nobody. They don't have to, guys.
Look at it going. Look at it going.
The way that we save lives is not because people ride our homes underground, but the statistics show that many fatalities occur because people linger too long at their home trying to save it. They're hosing the roof off, they're packing the SUV with their possessions that are so priceless, right? And they get tragically caught behind the fire line. With Hibertec, you can be at your office in downtown LA and find out that your Pacific Palisades home is under threat and simply put it underground. Safe and sound underground is one of our trademarks. We've been at this for 5.5 years.
Really?
I conceived of this in 2019.
Have you done one home yet?
No.
That's it right there.
Well, yes and no.
And look how safe it is.
But let me continue. we spent all of this time to get our ducks in a row. We had planned to do a Series A in July to go out for $6 million to build our full-scale prototype Hibertec home as proof of concept. Because of these fires that just happened in January, it caught all of us by surprise. We're supposed to be out of the wildfire season.
Right.
So we just got thrown under the spotlight. We've never done a press release. We've done no marketing. We weren't trying to get customers.
Do you have any pre-orders with all of these fires burning stuff down?
We're getting deluged right now because what happened was in January, people found out about us without us even trying. So we were on national TV, the cover story in newspapers. We've got all the usual
what's the
media.
backlog now? What's the pre-order situation?
Well, we're not taking pre-orders yet because I don't want to make a promise I can't
why don't we look at this?
Because you're not ready.
I
mean, basically what you're saying is you have all this interest, tons of interest. You know you'll have the sales.
No question.
But you're not ready. What is the
We just want to build our prototype home to prove our concept. Once we do that, everything happens. This whole thing
start
goes.
with my house because I lost my house on the Pacific Palisades.
No.
Barbara,
Sorry for your loss.
Sorry for your loss. Barbara, I was actually at your property less than a week ago.
What is the cost per foot to build a home?
$1,000 a square foot.
Wow.
The average homes right now in the Palisades are charging $1,000 a square foot.
I was going to say, I don't know that that's that out of line.
No, it's not out of line because they're building fire resilient homes now and they're charging a markup for it.
How much money have you raised?
We've raised just shy of $500,000. The lion's share of it coming from yours truly. I sold my property myself. I am completely all in, my friends. We've never made a pitch to a prop tech VC yet. We were thrown into the spotlight because of the fires that unfortunately claimed your home and everybody else's.
What if I already have an existing home? Can you put that underneath the
saying
home that
retrofit.
exists?
It's a great
or is
question.
it only for new builds?
Right now, we cannot because we're going for lowest hanging fruit for our business model and plan. Will we be able to in the future? Yes, of course. We can just simply lift the home up and then build our cavity underneath. This is really a basic basement, guys. This isn't like a time machine we're building here. And remember, everything is patented.
How many?
3. So we've got every element covered. The hydraulics that we have masterminded, the way that the ceiling cover auto deploys and what it's made out of, and the way the utilities disconnect.
I wish this was around when I was growing up in the hood, because when that bank came after my house, I'd have tucked my house away for a month.
Right.
What I don't understand is how you think in the markets where you should put this, which is California. How would you ever get a permit to do this?
Just did it.
I was planning commissioner for 7 years before I was the mayor. And so I brought this to my planners, and basically it's a basement. It's a basement with hydraulics. It's not as complicated as it sounds.
Now, hold in. Are you a hydraulics company or are you a home builder with hydraulics?
I don't want to be either. What we want to be is a licensing, Mr. Wonderful, and absolutely licensing
to
our
other
technology.
builders. Okay,
Yes,
so you want to supply
exactly.
the technology to builders.
Right. Here's our patents. Here's our technology. And what we want to do, we need to do, is be a fabrication plant to support the sales. The hydraulics, the ceiling cover, and the utilities disconnect has to come from Hibertec on a fabrication plant, which we'll put together.
That's a much better business model.
We have a PhD in thermal engineering. We have 10 engineers. We have 10 engineers that are all specialists.
You know, I've never seen a person outspeak a politician in my
Well, he knows I was there. I fought the Woolsey fire. I fought the Palisades fire. I've seen what happens in those fires. And, you know, even resilient homes, they burn down. They get so hot, they ignite from the inside.
How much money do you need, and when will you be able to start delivering this license to builders so you can monetize it?
Okay, great. We're asking $1 million from you, and you're going to say, well, $1 million doesn't even move the needle. It's not enough to build one of our homes. We need $3.8 million to build an actual prototype home. Then when we start economies of scale, it can bring the price down. Our target is $400 a square foot.
But initially,
it's going to be $1,000 a square foot, and that makes us at least somewhat profitable.
It also is very expensive to sell.
It is at the beginning.
Yeah, but your beginning is your most important part. Getting the first few users in is the most important part. Getting the publicity on the good use and how happy they are is the important part. You've got to do that first, so you've got to contend with that.
Most startups, one of their major challenges is to get eyes on them. This is not the problem here. I've got the New York Times, the Chronicle, CNN, everybody.
There's a lot of skepticism from people saying, well, how do I know it works? What about
just got to build one prototype.
I know, but listen, I'm a little worried you're going to instantaneously combust. I want you to like, slow down a little bit, because you are definitely the guy that is the disappearing house guy. The huge roadblock here, as Barbara detailed, I think, very eloquently.
I have an offer for you.
Uh-oh.
She has an offer.
Oh.
She has an offer.
Well, let's hear it.
Oh.
She wants the patents.
I'll give you the $1 million for 20%, under the condition that the first house that's built is my own house.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whew. Whoa.
Hey, we're gonna do a little Tebow action, but hey, that came out of nowhere. Now, for those of you who don't know, Barbara she made her bones in real estate. So I know she's been on Shark Tank for a while, but she actually made her bones in real estate. So she kind of knows this stuff. Not only that, but it seems like her house unfortunately was burned down, given those fires. So she wants to give the $1 million as well as have that first one be her house, which I think could be a game changer, man. This is why I love patents, because again, this is what's going to allows him to doing what he's doing. If he didn't own the IP, or if there were no IP, he doesn't have a company. But the fact that he has multiple patents on the different aspects of it, the hydraulic system, the roof cover, different aspects of it, this is allowing him to license that IP out to others to be able to kind of build their home, which he talked about. And yeah, so it seems like he's doing it right. I'm not going to get off into the whole square foot thing. Seems like they just need to have one up. It seems like they have the buzz, if you will. They just actually need to show the proof of concept. And it seems like Barbara is willing to do that. She's willing to give him that $1 million, but also have that first one to be her. Now she wants 20% as opposed to the 8%. So she's essentially cutting it by more than half to around the $6 million mark. But to the extent that they can pull this off, man, I think this can be a rocket ship. That's why you can tell Ray Sean is interested, because he likes the one where you can put in a lot of VC capital to really take this thing off, but then you get a higher reward on the backside, which is, I think, why he's interested. I think Lori probably is not going to be interested. Damon John's probably not going to be interested. Probably too capital intensive. But again, they do got an offer from Barbara, and I think Mr. Wonderful, even though he would go on these bigger deals, again, I agree with him, man. I think the permitting, theoretically, it sounds good, especially having a former mayor. But I just think, especially in California, man, things just turn so slowly that I think the proof of concept should be in another state that it'll be a lot easier to get permitting on. Man, thank God that I'm in Michigan. Thank God I'm in Michigan. Don't have to worry about earthquakes or fires or a lot of the other natural disasters. So let's get back to it to see if they accept Barbara deal. We're going to do a little bit of TiVo action as well.
Barbara has an offer on the table for Holden and Mikey's home hydraulics technology company, Hibertec, but it comes with a big caveat.
I'll give you the $1 million for 20%, under the condition that the first house that's built is my own house.
Whoa.
Wow. Whew. Whoa.
On the Pacific Palisades.
Wow.
That would be amazing. That's a great offer, huh?
Well, it's 8% to 20%. It's
20%. I'll tell you why it's worth the 20%. Because I'm the queen of real estate. I can get media like you. Obviously, you're getting media, but I'm going to give you credibility in the media.
That's super true.
Okay. If you can come down to,
I can't.
15.
Oh, 20%. That's
I'd go in on Barbara 50-50 if we could call it our love nest.
I'm not living with you.
But we have a licensing play here that's off the charts, guys.
Let's focus for a second,
by the way,
Holden.
we
What
do
about
have,
this offer? Do you have a counter or anything?
Give her a counter.
Barbara, I would say
15%.
12%. I'll do this deal. I would do this deal.
I really appreciate that, but I'm afraid not.
No?
Is it only 20, Barbara?
I'm
That's
giving
that's
too
high.
much to the deal. I'm giving you credibility. Do you know what that's worth?
Yeah.
I'm giving you a
That's
place
true.
to build it, to demonstrate it, to have people come and touch it and believe it. Do you know
I
what
mean, it's not
that's
crazy,
worth?
but it's so much. I've got 5.5 years, no paychecks.
All
I'm
right,
in
so
this
listen.
deep.
Here's where I stand with it. I think that what you have could change the world.
It will.
But I do think it doesn't get any better than a person who unfortunately lost her possession there,
Facts.
I know.
is
Barbara's the
willing
greatest
to
partner.
rebuild and show you proof of concept, give you money, and be the face of the brand. This is the perfect person. I'm out.
Well, look,
Okay,
I was interested in coming with Barbara for the half ownership and the love nest, but she doesn't want anything to do with me, so I'm out.
Okay, but,
And I'll
but
tell you where I'm coming from.
Yes.
There's natural disasters and they're on the rise like crazy, but I wish you were a little bit further ahead. And I wish you good luck, but for that reason, I'm out.
Guys, for me, I think I'm more so interested in being a customer. I'm out, but I really think you should really focus on getting the deal done with this
Right.
wonderful
well,
shark here.
first of all, Barbara, I cannot thank you enough.
No.
20% was never anywhere close to where I thought I was going to go, especially with an $18 million valuation on
sure.
the table. But I'll tell you what, I'm a broker in 2 states. My mom's a broker. We're all real estate people.
You seem like a broker. You seem like a hustler.
Yeah, I respect you so much. This is crazy. The good news is I don't have to ask anybody. I own 89% of my company. So if I want to do something crazy like this, and you and I are partners, and I know how tough you work when you believe in something, I'm taking the deal.
Let's go.
There you go.
Good
There you
stuff,
go.
man.
All right. I am so excited for this.
Barbara, I respect you so much. I respect you so much.
I respect you for being innovative.
Great job, guys.
This is exciting. Really excited.
Bye, guys.
I wouldn't know how we were going to be received. Maybe they thought we were lunatics, but I think they get it. We've got
That's
Barbara.
awesome.
Wow.
Great deal, Barb.
God sent them in.
It's amazing.
Barbara's the most incredible partner that we'd ever want in real estate because she's got it all. She's been there. She's done that. She's got a reputation for being so creative and easy to work with. She's got the capital and the connections. Barbara's the best. Woo!
Hey, man, and I do want to say something as I kind of bring it back on myself. We'll pull up and look at the website really quickly. But this is one of the great things I like about entrepreneurship. It seems like Holden, his background was a broker. And next thing you know, he has a technology company that has a number of patents on this kind of technology so that he can license it. So I would imagine it seems like he said he also has a team of engineers. So he was able to hire the right people to kind of help him with this thing. And man, shouts out to them. I do think they got a great partner in Barber. Seems like this won't be the last that we hear of this company. Let's take a look at the website here really quickly, if I can kind of pull it up. Hibertec Homes. Yes, hibernate. Try to get these guys on a platform. The 800 billion wildfire and tornado crisis. So it seems like you got the wildfires out to the left, tornadoes. I'm in Michigan. We don't have a ton of tornadoes. That's why you can see it's kind of on the lower side. One of the great things about the Midwest, man, as well as the East Coast, not a lot of natural disasters. Just have to deal with some snow. See if they got the patents at the bottom. I typically, oh, there you go. There you go. I like that. You got the patent technologies. Hey, I'll tell you what, whoever did their website is nice. They have more than just a patent number, which obviously each of these patents have the patent number, but they have the actual front page or the cover page of the patent. You got a cover system, a method for retractable buildings, connection management system, a method for retractable buildings, and then a building structure translation system, essentially the hydraulic system. So shouts out to them, man. A number of people on their team. I like their website. I think their website was nicely done. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I know this one ran a little long, but I thought this was a good one. We're 1 for 1 so far, season 17, episode 17. And you hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.